Hello everyone. Now in this lesson, we're going to learn about print functions, comments, and some key Python syntax rules. So let's get started. Now let's say we want to type the phrase "I love ice cream" to the output section of our code here. Now in order to do that, we're going to type the word print, and we're also going to use parentheses. Now this is the exact syntax we want to use when trying to print something to the output section of our screen. Now, for now, we're going to follow that up with quotation marks and "I love ice cream." Now, when we run this, we're going to get "I love ice cream" in the output section of our code. Now, you might be wondering, is using quotation marks necessary all the time? And the answer to that question is no and yes. Now, when is it necessary? When you are using a word or phrase. Now, in this case, "I love ice cream" is obviously a phrase, so you're going to use quotation marks. But let's say instead you wanted to type the number 5. So in order to do that, we're going to just type the number 5. We're not going to use quotation marks. And that's because when we're working with numbers or integers, we avoid the quotation marks completely. However, parentheses and the word print are still needed. So when we run this, we're going to get 5 in the output section of our screen. Next, let's quickly go over comments. Now, comments are used whenever you want to try and describe your code. So for example, we can say hashtag. So whenever you're creating a comment, you use hashtags. And we can say the line above is going to print the number 5. So when we run this, we're going to get 5. We're not going to get this entire line because we used hashtag. Now, the final thing I want to cover is two key Python syntax rules. And the first one is that Python is case sensitive, meaning that it matters that you use a lowercase p and not an uppercase p. If you used an uppercase p, it would result in an error. So just make sure and be mindful of that. Now, the next thing is when we go back to the phrase "I love ice cream." Now, notice how we use double quotation marks here, and that's not always needed. In fact, I can use single quotation marks instead and still run this. Now, the important thing is that I can't combine a single with a double quotation mark. If I did that, we would get an error. So just make sure that you're either using both double quotes or both single quotes. Now, that pretty much wraps it up for this lesson, and make sure to watch the next lesson, which is about variables, a very crucial part of Python.